Hi, it's Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to do your own summer reading program at home. Lots of libraries across the country do summer reading programs where kids can basically fill out charts with the reading that they're doing over the summer and then turn in their charts for prizes. We have a couple of really good ones in our local area. I know there's also a lot of summer reading programs that you can do with national chains, like Pizza Hut does a summer bucket program. Barnes & Noble also does a summer reading program. There's probably a few other ones. I'll link a few of the ones that I know of down in the description box. But something that I wanted to do, that I got inspired from my sister-in-law to do, is to do my own home summer reading program where my kids are getting prizes and just kind of fun things, new books for reading throughout the summer. In this video, I'm going to talk about kind of three main things: the supplies that you'll need to do this, what the rules are, and then kind of what a schedule looks like to do a summer reading program at home. So first off, in terms of supplies, it's very simple. You're basically just going to need some kind of chart. This is one that I just designed in Canva, and I'll make sure that there's a link to it down below if you want to just edit it however you want to and print it off for your own kids. This is kind of an optional one, but one that my kids like are, you're going to want some stickers. I designed this reading chart to just have 1-inch stars. So you can just buy 1-inch stickers from Amazon. I'll make sure to link some down below. These are just 1-inch stars that fit perfectly on the star shape on the reading chart. And then the other thing that you're going to need are prizes. So how I've structured mine is I have small prizes and I have big prizes. The small prizes, they get more frequently. So for small prizes, I have things like stickers. I have like elephant and piggy stickers and just fun summer stickers. They get 2 of these, is the same as 1 small prize. I have things like glow sticks and pencils. I have fun just little kind of toy things like magnifying glasses, these like squishy guys, these little fidget like worry stones. I also have things like bookmarks, like fairy garden pieces. My kids are very into those. And then I also have lots of fun like snacks and treats that are things we don't usually have and things that my kids can pretty much just have free reign over when they eat them. They don't usually earn too many of these throughout a week, but it's things that they like and enjoy. So my kids really like these alphabet cookies, these little packs of Teddy Grahams. Usually I get some kind of fruit snack or gummy. These I just found on clearance somewhere. So these Jolly Rancher gummies that they've been liking. And then we also lots of times will do juice boxes. I got like 6 packs of these at Dollar Tree, and then I also got a good deal on some Kool-Aid pouches. I just haven't pulled those out yet. And then I also found a good deal on some Easter candy after Easter time that I've just been holding on to keep for summer reading program prizes. And then in addition to the smaller prizes, I also have bigger prizes, which in our case are always books. As I'm showing you some of the books, I'll just talk about where I get them from. So I get books I kind of stock up on them throughout the year. I get good deals on books at yard sales or at thrift stores. And then I also go to our library book sale. And if I see ones that I know my kids will be interested in, I stock up on those. I do this throughout the year and I use them for birthday presents, for Christmas presents. And then I also make sure that I have a good stock of them for summertime, so that we can have good prizes for our summer reading program. I try to make sure that I'm choosing books that I know my kids will be interested in, and things that they will be motivated to earn. And all of these I spent between, 25 cents and $1. I think the most expensive ones were $1. And then I think some of them maybe were like 10 cents at a yard sale or something. But for the most part, I spent very little on these, and lots of them are very nice quality, like hardcover books that I know my kids will be interested in. I have a few books that both of my kids will be interested. My daughters are 7 and 3.5, almost 4. And so I do have some that their interests definitely overlap. And then I also have some that are definitely more geared and catered toward each individual child. Okay, now for the rules of a summer reading program, the best part about doing it at home is you get to decide. So for our family, what we do is each of my kids have different goals for their checklist. My oldest daughter needs to read for 1 hour to earn 1 star. My youngest daughter needs to read for 30 minutes. And what we count as reading is either reading independently. With my 3-year-old, it's mostly just looking at books, or being read to. with my oldest, she really loves listening to audiobooks, but this summer I really wanted her to increase her fluency in reading. And so I told her that her audiobooks last summer did count towards her stars, but this summer, audiobooks are only counting for her summer reading program when we are actually on like road trips or traveling. Otherwise, if we're at home, her reading only counts if her eyes are on the page. With my youngest daughter, I am letting her listen to audiobooks because she's still getting used to them and learning to like them. And so that's something I want her to learn to like and enjoy. And so for her, listening to audiobooks does count towards her time. And then after they get their reading every day, my oldest daughter is pretty good about keeping track of hers. My youngest daughter I keep track of hers, mostly how much she's read. And then every day I pull out the number of stars that they earned the previous day, and they fill those out usually at breakfast or lunchtime while they're waiting for their food to be ready. And then for every 2 stars, they get a small prize. So for every 20 stars, they get a big prize. Now, in terms of like our schedule and what this kind of looks like throughout our summer is every day, we read every weekday, I guess. We do have about 1 hour where I am reading aloud to the girls. This is just kind of keep our homeschool schedule. Not that we're doing the exact same things that we do during homeschool, but just to kind of give us some structure to our mornings. I do like to include and really hit hard the read alouds in the summertime. And so we do spend about an hour doing read alouds together, which is like one of my favorite parts of the day. And then other reading times that we have built into our schedule is after lunch for 30 minutes. Everybody does their own silent reading, including me. And so I'll be reading my book on the couch, and then both my kids will be on the couch or in chairs just in our family room reading. My oldest daughter is actually able to read, and so she's reading chapter books. And then my youngest daughter is mostly just looking through picture books, or we have what are called wonder books at our library, and they're picture books that have an audio like player built into them. And so lots of times she will listen to those with headphones during that time as well. And then in addition to that, as part of our bedtime routine, each of our girls reads for about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the night, with me and with my husband. So they can get anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes of additional time being read to by an adult. And then for other independent reading, they are welcome to read pretty much any other time throughout the day. They like to take books in the car when we are driving to and from town. We live about 20 minutes away from the town where we do most of like our grocery shopping and our errands and stuff. And so if they're reading all the way there and all the way back, that's another 40 minutes that they're each reading or looking at books. So that's kind of what like our daily part looks like. During quiet time, they also will read on their own. But my kids are always having books in hand. Our family room always has books all over the floor because they love looking at books and reading so much. And then as part of our schedule for this, every Friday, we pull out our prize basket, count out the number of stars that they earned that week, and they get to redeem those for their prizes. So they are very excited. Every Friday morning after breakfast is usually when we pull out the things for our prizes. Also, kind of during that time on Friday mornings is when we'll fill in our library summer reading charts and any other additional summer reading programs that we're doing. That way I can just kind of look at the one that we're doing at home and then kind of convert how much they've read based on our at-home reading chart and what that looks like on like our different libraries and other reading programs that they're doing, because what they qualify for to mark off things on their chart is different than what we do at home. So it just takes a little bit of math and counting that I just figure out, and then I let them know how much on their other charts that they need to fill in. So this is the second summer that I've done this at-home summer reading program, and it is really, really fun. I really enjoy doing it. My kids really enjoy doing it and really look forward to doing it. My kids love to read and read pretty independently and without us necessarily asking them to throughout the year. So it's not like a struggle. It's not a huge like motivator necessarily for them to read a lot, because they already do that a lot. It's just kind of a fun thing that we like to do during the summer, and my kids really look forward to it. So make sure you leave me some comments below if you have any questions about doing your own summer reading program, or if you have done one in the past. What are some of the things that you and your family have done, and what are some things that your kids have enjoyed about doing it? Or if you have any other questions, make sure that you leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Bye.